Society's got us in a trap. When it comes to the relationship, everybody seems to want to have the 2.5 kids, expensive cars, the $1 million home, and it's all based on consumerism. Everybody wants, and everybody works hard. It's exhausting. And the reason why is because of social programming. It is what society has deemed. It is, you were born into the matrix and you're programmed to believe what everyone else is believing. You're not in your heart. You're not in your soul. You're not listening. And you haven't interpreted the Bible correctly. Because when you read it, or when you listen to a sermon from a pastor, it uplifts you, but you're not embodying it. You haven't embraced it. You haven't truly integrated it yet, and you haven't learned the lessons. Otherwise, you wouldn't be a victim to this social programming and the marketing of society. You wouldn't care if you had this elaborate business and this amazing life. Everyone's journey is different. Every soul has a different experience. Your experience is unique. You have certain lessons, and people are here to help you ascend. They're teaching you lessons. Why must you have the relationship? Why is it painful that you're not in a relationship and you don't have the other half of you? Why must you have the other half? Well, there is no half. You were whole the entire time. You've always been whole and always been complete as you are. The masculine, the feminine, the combating sides. You need to live more masculine. You need to live more feminine. It's ridiculous. You have masculine and feminine energy within you. Truthfully, it's bizarre to say this, because we look at the physical universe, yes, we have male and female because there's genitalia and there's extreme differences, but at the same time, you have a masculine and feminine part of your soul. And they're merging. You have those attributes all within you. And I think people got it confused, and that's the gender confusion that's out there. But, part of it's the endocrine disruptors that exist and the microplastics, the atrazine. Some of that's out there. But at the same time, the mind controls the biochemistry, while the biochemistry controls the mind. So if you were in the right mental state, atrazine and these pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, would they even impact you? Your mitochondria would just detox and get rid of all those waste factors because you make cytochrome oxidase. But, hydrogen peroxide has to convert into CO2. You make cytochrome oxidase to facilitate that process, so to dump the poisons and toxins that are stored in your liver. And if you don't, then you have disrupted sex hormones. But you can control a lot with your mind and what your belief systems are. But when you're living in lower dimensional energy, which is the lower chakras, you have your root chakra, you have your solar plexus, you have the sacral chakra. Those are lower dimensional. They're about needs and wants. They're part of the reptilian brain. I want a relationship. I want to be successful. Love me, love me, love me. It's all validation seeking. But if you live through your heart, you seek and want nothing. You just listen to the universe and you do as you're told, and the lower dimensional energy and the things that you wanted, the money, the love, the health, just arrive, because the heart is the answer. That's when you go in nature, which you connect with to get to your higher self that connects you to the divine. Open your heart. The crown chakra opens. Gives you intuition in your third eye, which allows you to act, speak, and move in the ways of love. But society told me I need to have a partner. I need to go to school and get a job so I can provide for my partner. This is all programming. It's all social constructs. Have you ever noticed that when you get in these relationships to fill the voids that you have, and you're like, I'm finally happy, And then you're this needy, little whiny girl or man, this little bitch. And then that person doesn't want you anymore. They're like, ugh, you can't even get anything done in your life. The only way a relationship will ever be forever is if people have this strong moral where they've been programmed that they have to stay in it. Or if the best way is if you live through your heart and two people are completely, fully healed. And they need nothing from each other and all they can do is offer each other love. And they realize that the power center is within their heart. It is not to play games and manipulate and get what they want to fill the voids within them from the social constructs and programming that were given to you by society. Because that is what's happened to society and why people do shitty things to each other. Why they lie, manipulate, cheat, and steal. It's because they're not living their heart. They didn't pay attention to what happened to Job in the Bible. He lost everything to get only more. To have even greater wealth and a greater love in his life. And he trusted. Once he lost everything, he knew it would come back. He knew it would be provided for him. But see, that's what's in store for you. But you go into a derp state and you sit on the couch and you're depressed and you're angry at the other person and you're projecting outward. The universe is nothing but a hologram projecting you the experiences that you must learn to heal, to ascend, because you live in this construct of 7 dimensions, the 7 chakras. And you're here because you're supposed to ascend. You're supposed to live through your heart. And then you connect with God. Everyone's looking for God outside of them. They're doing ayahuasca to connect with God. They're doing drugs. They're meditating. They're doing all these things. Those are great. They can work. I'm not a fan of doing ayahuasca and psychedelics. I've done them. But I'm not a fan. You don't need them. Actually, when I did them, I was like, God, why did I do this? I never needed this in the first place. I've been here before. I already knew this. This was silly. I told my soul I would never do this again. And here I am again. Stupid me. Here I am again, doing it again. Right? But in that, it taught me to trust myself more. Because the path has always been given to me. Now, your path might be different than mine. And usually it is. But if you don't listen to your heart and the path you're supposed to go down to learn the lessons to reach ascension, so you don't reincarnate, next thing you know, you're going to get swatted again. And the Course in Miracles says that if you don't believe in the holographic universe, you're insane. And when you only focus on what you can hear, see, and feel, oh my God, the world is awful. Trump's a narcissist. He's a womanizer. Putin's going to get us. Look at all the looting on the south side of Chicago. Those people are animals. Oh my God, another murder. Oh, the world is horrible. Those people just don't have God within them. They don't have the direction. And neither do you for your judgment. You've disconnected. Because you don't realize the power is within you. And by healing yourself, you heal the rest of the world. Because everything's all interconnected and all one. It's the illusion of the matrix. And it's the holographic universe. And you're trying to control the outside factors. And saying that person's bad because they didn't love me. They cheated on me. But how do you know that person was the right person for you? How do you know God doesn't have something better? How do you know that person wasn't teaching you to love you and you actually chose to have that experience in this lifetime? Again, the only way a relationship ever works is if you need nothing. Now you can live life through your heart and just have the experiences you're supposed to have without the judgment. And then saying, I didn't get what I wanted, that person's bad. There has to be dynamics in the universe so you never move, you never reach this enlightened state. You have to experience painful relationships and narcissists in your life to appreciate love. You have to experience darkness to appreciate light. You have to experience cold to appreciate the warmth. You have to appreciate poverty to appreciate the wealth. There has to be duality. The soul evolves through pain, fear, and challenge. Otherwise, You would never reconnect back with your heart and connect with God. Mind-heart coherence. That's where the universe delivers the frequency, 0.1 hertz, to create all it was you wanted. You want to seek nothing, attract everything. It's already provided for you. It's your resistance. The wants and the needs is the exact thing that's the resistance to what you want. Exactly why, when you're a needy little bitch, that you pushed away the partner. Because there's nothing outside of you that you need. You provide it for yourself. And the universe gives you clues, but you're on the couch, derping out, eating Cheetos and Doritos, ordering fast food with microplastics from the styrofoam, not paying attention, feeling like a victim. And maybe you get a little inspired one day. And you decide, I'm going to put an end to this. I'm going to start reading self-help books. I'm going to read Maxim magazine. And they're giving you advice. How to become a better man. How to become a better woman. How to make your man happy. All these crazy perspectives that are out there of how people think you're going to make your life better. Out of ego. Becoming something that you're not. Keep your car clean. Wear a shirt and tie. Look presentable. Pretend you're wealthy when you're not. Deceive everyone. Fake it till you make it. Your path is different than the next person's. Why are you trying to rush divine timing? The only way you're ever going to reach enlightenment and live through your heart is if you embrace who you fully are and just allow the universe to bring it to you in the time it's supposed to happen. When you live through consumerism and validation, what happens is you often attract situations in your life that you're going to question and understand. You're not going to know why they're happening, and you're just throw your hands up in the air. But what you don't get is there are no mistakes. There's only lessons, and the things that are happening to you are happening for you. Every experience you're creating through the holographic universe of the subconscious mind's manifestation, because your subconscious mind is 98% of your thought. You don't control it. Your subconscious mind does, and that's what the heart's steering you towards. Your heart is a magnetic field stronger than your mind. We don't even know. We can't even measure how far that heart emits energy. No clue. There's no way to measure it yet. But it does. And you resonate with the earth and with the trees and with the solar system because it's all the same, because it's all just the holographic universe. But you're insane because, just like Course in Miracles said, if you believe in everything you only hear, see, and feel, you're going to be insane. Because, God, how could all this evil exist? Without that evil, you couldn't choose good. You would have no idea what to do. You have free will choice how to live your life. But you have a guidance system, an internal guidance system that was given to you by God. So when it comes to the relationship that you want to have to fill the void, it's going to fail. Bam, swat you down. Over and over and over until you learn the lesson. Because what happens is, when you go through life just having the experience you're supposed to have, you just learn the lesson, you move on, you move to iPhone 20, iPhone 25, iPhone 35. You just meet people, you love life. You don't care who comes and goes. They're welcome to come and go. It's nothing but love. Now, you don't entertain situations you know are not right for you. You have discernment. I was down that road before. Thought I met my soulmate, my twin flame. Right? And she thought so too. And it was awakening. Right? That's what the twin flame relationship is. It's an awakening. Two people are mirroring each other. And just like most relationships, I don't think it's that much different, truthfully, than any other relationship. But it's a little bit more extreme because you feel this intense attraction. You feel like it's your soulmate. And then all of a sudden that other person does something to you and they manipulate and they change the situation and they lie and they cheat and they deceive. And, you're like, how could this happen? This was so perfect for months on end. And then all of a sudden it changes. And what it's teaching you is to go within. And that you're already whole and complete. You don't have to find this person outside of you to make you whole. You're divine. You have a divine masculine, divine feminine. Society wants to put gender roles on things, and the male has to, bring home money, and he has to fix things around the house, and the female has to, cook food and take care of the kids, and we have these gender roles. There's no right or wrong if you work on it together. Who cares who does what? You work on it as a unit because you chose to. You don't need anything from the other person, right? But you figure these things out. There's no right or wrong. If the woman can make more money and she has the opportunity, the guy can stay home, right? But he can pursue his passion online. There's so many different ways you can make the dynamic work. You don't have to put all this pressure on the other person to fill the voids that you don't have. Whatever it is you want in life, go create it yourself. Because now you don't need it from someone else, and you don't have to put pressure on someone else to need it, which means the relationship can actually stay and actually be based on pure love. So the divine partner that you're waiting for exists, but you have to become that in which you wish to attract, or you will never have it. Because you're always going to be searching outside yourself for love and for validation. I don't want to grow. I don't want to change. I don't want to be this. Just love me as I am. That's what love is. No, that's enabling. That's codependency, is what that is. Stop being such a whiny little bitch. Stop being a gaslighter and asking others to make up for the voids that you have, male, female, both ways. The way to enlightenment is to seek nothing and attract everything, listening to the heart, listening to it beat. The guidance system, it's erratic. Don't go down that road. It's calm, it's peaceful, it's rhythm, it's in alignment with the earth. Follow that. Follow that. Don't question it. Follow it, because you don't know where it's going to take you, but your faith in God and where it's guiding you is going to take you down the road you're supposed to go. And I'm not saying it's going to be smooth, because you have lessons to go through. You're probably going to have some tower moments in there and some painful life experiences. It's teaching you to love. It's showing the reflection of your subconscious mind in the holograph. It's a hologram. It's showing you the things that are there to heal. Thank you. Please, may I have another? Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. This evil in the world has to exist to awaken you. That's why it's there. He who casts the first stone has had no sins. Can anybody cast that stone? I don't know a single human. And if you say that, you probably don't belong here on earth. But you reach that point where you wouldn't want to do anything to anyone else to hurt them. Because they're a reflection of you. And how incredible is it that we are for 8 billion people on this planet, and you're manifesting this same time as them. So when you look at the bum and you judge the bum, yeah, he's in a derp state. But who's to say you're not the catalyst to make the shift for his awakening? And the more people that awaken, the less pain and suffering there is here. And we reach that level of Christ consciousness here, heaven on earth. But you're choosing to judge and say, well, I don't want to be with that guy, he's poor. I don't want to be with that woman, she's fat. I understand that you want to be with someone on your level, but a lot of these things are ego constructs. And it's not because of their vibrational frequency. It's because you've been programmed by society. I might not want to be with someone because of their vibrational frequency, but not because of the social programs that have been given to me by society. I look at people as they are from their soul. And the funny thing is even the most evil people have love in their heart. It's just they have bad programming. Forgive them, Father, for they not know what they do. They have bad programs. They can't live through their heart. They're in a survival mode in the reptilian brain running these patterns of survival that manifests as disease later on. So when you want to have a real relationship, work on yourself. And you hear that all the time. Just be you. Just work on yourself. It'll eventually happen. You have to learn the right lessons. And those lessons are given to you in your heart. You know what the right path is. I can't tell you what your path is. Now, I can help you change your reactive mind to create new experiences and stop some of the tower moments and give you clarity. Because I'll never tell anyone what to do when I work with patients. I don't tell people what to do. I might tell them I don't think this is the right path for you. Doesn't really resonate. But look, I'm not going to judge the situation. You have to decide what's right for you. This is your path. My job is to clear out the reactive mind so you have clarity of thought and can follow your heart. Live as a spirit, light-hearted, just going out, having fun, living where your heart guides you, living in your purpose, experiencing health. Because your health is just the guidance system to awaken you. And when you awaken, you can have the relationship. You can't have the relationship that's fulfilling unless you finally embrace the heart and become mind-heart coherent and have faith in divine timing. Stop with, oh, I need to get a wedding ring from De Beers, right? They told me that this big ring means I'm committed. It doesn't mean shit. I need to have the marriage certificate because if I get that, he won't cheat on me. He's committed. Come on. Everything is a social construct and program. Don't listen to what everything on the news and GQ and Esquire has told you. It's all bullshit. They have some guy in the back room. They said, you make a good writer for this story. You sound like you give good advice. They just got to put out content. They're not hiring people of experts. And then you take it for gospel. Fake news. That's why Trump always says, fake news. You're fake news. Right? Everything in the world is fake news because it's all social ego construct. Everything. Every single thing. It's all social construct. It's all created by man out of ego. Because your soul is unique. Completely unique. So, if you embrace the heart and you just realize that life is happening for you, you don't judge the situation. You just accept it for what it is and you say, that's interesting. That's really interesting. And you reflect within, you go within. Just like Jesus disappeared for 30 days and 30 nights to fight the devil. He didn't fight the physical devil. He was dealing with his subconscious mind and his belief systems. But as you change the way you view the world, the world you view changes. So now, all of a sudden, instead of going out in society and looking at people and saying, are you my partner? Are you my partner? Let me buy you a drink. Let me do this for you. Look at everything I can provide for you. Instead of wanting to meet the needs of others to get the love in return, and then when it doesn't get validated, being mad, just be yourself. Don't need anything. Provide everything for yourself, and then you can truly love. And now you can actually have a relationship of longevity. Until then, you'll continue with tower moments in relationships. Thinking, this is the one. This is the one. This is it. This one's going to last. We go to church together every week. We're committed. But you attract each other because you had voids, and you're trying to like push and pull the other one to get what you need and want. It's a game. Stop with the games. Become whole yourself. Start to look at what's happening, go within your heart. Because as soon as you decide to not seek anything, the universe will just provide it for you because it's your want and need that is resistance to the exact thing that you want. Money, love, and health. Relationships have meaning. Deep, deep, deep spiritual meaning. So be grateful for that man or woman that lied and cheated on you. Because it's showing you the path. You just don't want to listen. You want to blame the outside world and be a victim and feel like you can't control it when you created the whole thing the whole time through your subconscious mind. And once you get to the level where you're so whole and complete, you don't even want to let anybody in. Not that you wouldn't, but you'd have to have another enlightened individual. It takes someone who's done the work to show up in your life. And you make better choices. You have better discernment. You love others, but you know it's not right to get intertwined with them. Business-wise, take their advice, relationship-wise, every dynamic. You know the actions to take. And if you're attracted to a bad experience, you need to have it. As tough as that is to realize, you needed to have that. You needed to have it. Had to. Because it was for your awakening, so you could live in your heart, connect back with God. Your divine being manifests in the physical matter in this holographic universe. Embrace it. Love the experiences. Because I promise you, you will have everything you want. It already exists. But it's your wants and needs and pleasure seeking that is the resistance to that exact thing that you want. You can have the greatest love. It's within you. Now you're ready for a relationship.